Hello everyone, welcome to day 35 of my journey to $100,000 a month in e-commerce. Bit of a slump today, been generating new ads for product 9, given that I couldn't troubleshoot the error that I've been getting on my e-commerce store, which has been, it's going to be the other way around, but basically when anyone clicks on the buy now button, there's an error message that comes up on the top that says required parameter missing or invalid items, which in Shopify dev forums and from some other advice that I've got from other people in the course and from the coaches, they all seem to think it's some issues to do with the back end stuff of how you set up your variants and where you connect the supplier to, and do you track the quantity. Bumped around with all that. Is it the theme? I've tried different themes, still the same thing. But I should say, sorry, in the dev forums, it says that it's got to do with it not picking a default variant and then passing that through then into the bundle that I have, then into the add to cart button. There's nothing that comes through there, so they're like, well, we can't add anything into cart. Which I don't know why that would be relevant, because I only have one variant of my product. So yeah, but I brought it up to one of the guys on the coaching calls tonight, and his first question, which I should have picked up straight away, was, have you contacted Shopify support? No. So that's the first job for tomorrow, which then revives this product 8 relaunch, which is exciting because that means I've got virtually the entire product page done. I was actually building a new one on GemPages, which takes a little bit longer than if I was vibe coded, and I can't put in, or at least in the past I've struggled to put in the Pixel and Microsoft Clarity link, so everything's linked and we know what we're doing, and Facebook knows what it's doing. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how things go from there on out. I think it should be fine though, because I set up my Pixel differently now. So hopefully it just defaults with GemPages. But yeah, the page looks a lot better. It looks a bit more professional, a bit less, it's got more color and more branding elements to it than it did previously. And even previously I got 28 clicks on the buy now button. So yeah, and I have the data to show what ads were working and what weren't, or at least what weren't getting spent. So, yeah, things are looking up. Things are looking up. I'd love to hit $1,000 a day decided this year. I still actually have my little thing that I said to myself. My ABN will generate 100,000 Australian dollars by Saturday the 1st of November, signed the 23rd of June. So it's been a while and I haven't even scraped the surface, but I'm not here to give up. So if it takes, I actually thought about this today, let's say hypothetically, it takes 10 products, 10 really good tests of products, even 10 products plus a relaunch of each product. If it takes that, and you know that's what it's going to take, and then you have a winner, or you have learned all the lessons, and then you can produce a winner on the 11th or a winner on the 10th. Let's hypothetically say that that's the case. If you knew that, how quick would you try and get through those 10 products? And so I think that's what I'm going to focus on, is just a tally on the board, or reminder to myself every time I do a relaunch, every time I test a product properly, and I'm really trying to, you know, crack it. If it doesn't work and I see it through, I can tick it off. It still feels like I'm accomplishing something. And because I'm learning so much, and, you know, which I feel like I'm so detached to my success here that it's almost like I don't even want it, and I rock up just for the sake of it and doing it because this is what I do, rather than thinking about what's the most efficient way for me to get out a test, be a quality test, and for it to be profitable. So I feel like especially today, spending all this time on image ads, like I've got 3 avatars that are going to be split between, well, the original plan was 3 avatars, 3 creatives for each avatar, and then 10 ad sets, but number 10 will be something random, probably general, but for each 3 sets of ad sets will be dedicated to 1 avatar. So 3, 3, and 3. And that's just been completely blown out the window. Like I've got a few swipes, probably like 12 or 13 swipes, I think, of ads that are winners for, according to Get Hooked anyway, for the last month or so. And that are in, like I've looked at their products and they're in sort of similar market to what I'm into, a similar competitive space, and I'm seeing similar traits to what ChatGPT's deep research has recommended me for how I should speak to my potential customers. Like, skepticism's high, you gotta really show proof, throw in an offer that's quite heavy, and yeah, really hammer home like a unique mechanism and problems and solutions. So yeah, the problem there is though that every time I have a swipe, already it's 15, which is just, it's too much for what I originally planned. But then I'll pass it into ChatGPT and I'll get it made for each avatar. So I'm going to most likely end up with 45 different avatars. But one of my avatars is a split between like 4 different occupations. So it's like, I think ChatGPT is interpreting it as more of like an angle than an avatar. Because yeah, we've got like warehouse workers, nurses, teachers, retail workers, and it's like that's condensed into one avatar. How's that possible? I don't know. So anyway, we're just running with it. But I think I need to focus. There's a few, I got a bit of advice, secondhandly, if that's a word, secondhandly, from another student who was doing a similar thing to me, but they had just like a problem and solution ads, and they had 10 of them. And the coach said that, like, yeah, that's all well and good, but you haven't convinced them as to why. Like, what's the unique mechanism? And what's the unique mechanism for a specific problem that's specific to the avatar? And I thought, well, mine's pretty heavy on unique mechanism, even though I'll probably go to a pre-sale, or the plan is to go to a pre-sale page for this test. It could be worth testing going straight to the product page and throwing a lot of that salesmanship, or a lot of the effort into the testing into the actual images that then go straight to the page. So could be worth a shot. But anyway, that's now going to be put aside because I've got to jump back into product 8, relaunch 2. Well, now I'm going to be relaunch 3. So I've got to contact support for tomorrow and get this, whatever it is, fixed. Finish the lander, which shouldn't take me too long. I'm probably like 80% done. Just got to build out the testimonials manually, and like the frequently asked questions, like drop down. Oh, I also need to do the bundle section. That's another one. And then I'll build out some more ads, I think, for that test as well. And using the same process that I've had for today, which is with the documents split into avatars, and then from that, custom projects per avatar to recreate winners, and then into Higgsfield, generate, and then Higgsfield into Canva, and if it needs any touch-ups, especially by text, then I do it there, export it, set it up. So, and I also did a CBO test for my previous product launch. So I think I'm going to restructure everything back into how I'm structuring product 9. So there's a bit of work tomorrow. I've also decided to get up earlier than what I have been and set my mornings up so that they're strict to I get 3 hours of deep work no matter what I'm doing, especially for work, because sometimes I start at 11:30 or I can start at 4. But if I can get up early, then get prioritize that first energy burst in the morning on and priority for the day, smacking out some work, some deep work, regardless, then it's that's the routine, that's what I'm developing. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Getting there tomorrow. I feel like I've always struggled with waking up and then getting right into work. Sitting down at a desk and then staring at a screen and trying to actively wake my mind up while doing that. But I think if I'm just bullish enough and I do enough reps of it, it'll work. And I'll almost wake up with a spring in my step, especially if you set yourself up the night before of this is what we're doing. So when we wake up, we don't have to think too much about what's going on and how am I going to structure this. It's just bang. Also coffee helps too, so there's always that. Anyway, that's going to be tomorrow and I'm excited. But until then, that's me done. I think another thing I'm excited about as well that I've thought about a lot today is moving on from work and going all in on e-commerce. Of course, I've got to still pay off the course and pay for ads. But if I can be at a point where I can launch a product and comfortably be able to just nurture it on its own growth and, basically bootstrap it. I don't have to work again. Unless obviously I need a bigger investment for something, but even still, that's when salesmanship comes into it and you get investors on board. You just down the track. But anyway, it's the skill I'm learning and it's where I want to be. And I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the journey. It's cool. It's fun. I also do need to get a new laptop. I'm realizing it's much more of a priority than what I've sort of pushed it off to be in the past. Because holy shit, trying to scale or trying to build a Shopify store with a laptop that I got in year 10, which is 6 years ago? No, 7 years ago. I'm just nerfing myself. But then I also thought today it'd be a funny headline to throw on a YouTube video or something in the future. So, yeah. Anyway, it's enough rambling. Bit of a long one today, almost 15 minutes. Hopefully you guys got some value out of it. And yeah, I'm just going to keep rambling on until I get to $100,000 a month. and I might split it up a bit more. So there we go. It'd be cool to do a year straight. A year straight of videos. I think at least. That'd be cool. Anyway, on till day 36. Adios.